Okay, I am back. It's 10:04. Thank you for listening to Kate and allowing her to give us some information about mental health. Also, I just want to show you on that topic that there is a free resource that you can use. You go to your student insurance plan. So it's called mystudentplan.ca. And we'll put that in the chat. And you can just choose your school. You don't have to, even if you don't choose the Georgian plan, if you opt out of it, go there and then go to plan details. And then right down here, there's take a free mental health assessment. You can start the assessment and it just gives you some feedback afterwards. Okay. So I will share that in the chat for everyone. You can put it on your own. Okay, so let's get into the first SIM case, and I do have to open it up. But before I do that, just make sure that you I did put in the presentation order, date, and topic. So if you choose this file here, it'll show the groups, and it'll show. I don't think this will. It'll show the topic that you chose. I just short formed it into 1 or 2 words, and then the order, and then the date that you're presenting. Okay, so that's available for everybody on Blackboard for weekly learning. Okay. Let's see, got that. And I've heard from one student, one of you, that you're having difficulty accessing the module. I'm hoping that's not the same for everyone. I've only got sort of the one person that's having issues. But if there's anyone else, please send me a note that there is an issue, and I will try to get that fixed up as soon as possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, one moment. I want to go back. Oops. Okay, that's not good. I'm going to open up the next module for you, which is ticket pricing. I did make it available. Just to show you how it's going to look each time you open up a module. It will look something like this. So it's going to give you the ticket pricing concept overview. And I'm going to present that, or go through that with you for a minute. It's going to have the ticket pricing concept overview quiz. So the quiz, it will be the mark that you get on the quiz will be a mark that is included in your mark for the end of the year. And I can't remember, I'd have to go back to the syllabus to see how much the quizzes are. Having a feeling it's 35%, but I could be wrong. Maybe someone's looking at that, they could check. Then the ticket pricing case briefing I'll show you. And then there's the learning phase sim, and then the challenge phase sim, which you are marked on as well. Okay. And I will just go through the pricing concept overview with you. Share a different screen with you. So the concept overview is sort of the lesson, not sort of, it will be the lesson for the week. The topics that will be discussed and what you'll need to know as you go into the quiz and into the learning and challenge phase. Let's get back up to the beginning here. And you can, obviously you're able to download this. I highlighted a few things that I thought were a bit more important, and there's a lot of highlighting um, because I guess they keep it brief. It's only 2 and a bit pages. You can see overview of ticket pricing. They mentioned some certain terms here that, season ticket, multi-game packages, group ticket packages, single game tickets are good concepts to understand. So season ticket, you could get, a ticket for all the games of the home games of that one sport. Multi-game packages is like you'd pick a few. If someone is having another issue here, hold on a second. Yeah, there shouldn't be an access code. You don't need an access code. Can I confirm that some of you are able to get in without an access code? Thanks, Emily. Can anyone get into this module or no? If you don't know where to access, when you go on to show you that once more. When you're in Blackboard, you have to go through Blackboard, okay? Go Blackboard, Virtual Business Case Sims, click on this. And then right now you should see tutorial and ticket pricing. Those are the 2 options you should see. You shouldn't need a code. You should just be able to, only tutorial can't get into it. Let me just check what else I can do for this. They are giving me a code. Try this key. I do have a key that they say might help. If it's asking for a key, try this. So tell me if that works or not. Okay, so Jess, I just put a code in, so try that. Tell me, is it working for you?
Yeah, that's working for me.
Okay, that's good. Ashlyn, have you been able to get access?
No, it's still not working for mine.
What's it saying for you?
So once I click tutorial, it still asks for either PayPal or it says access code from the bookstore or something. But since it's $0, the PayPal doesn't go through.
Like so tell me, did you use the code I put in the chat?
I
No,
did.
I just sorry, I just opened the link.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm able to share my screen and show you.
Yeah.
You see? Okay, I got 2 things. I first had tutorial and I got ticket pricing. When I push on it, it goes to directly to the PDF.
Right. Should be. So Ashlyn, are you going through Blackboard?
Yep.
If I click quiz, it goes to the quiz.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay.
Do you want me to
I
show
didn't do anything
what
special.
I see?
Yeah, show me what you see, Ashlyn.
Okay.
Wait, I will stop sharing.
Sure. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know if this will work. It's not working for some reason.
Akita, are you able to get in? Okay.
But mine's actually iPad, so
All right. But it worked?
tried it.
Okay. It's about how about like Aiden or Christian, Brad, Jess, and Mandela, or
Mine works fine, Mike.
yeah, yours okay? Okay. Looks like it's working for sort of half of you. Zach, it's working for. Nick, it's working for. Kyle, it's not. Brad, mine works. Brad's is working. Try hitting tutorial.
Working for me.
Mine's good. Mine's not. Justin isn't working. It doesn't work. Aiden and Justin.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing that Helmi showed. It's just when I click that, it takes me to their website.
That's weird. That's working for some and not others.
Yeah, it still show up like a PayPal or give me a code stuff. So
Okay. Can you? What happens if you if you log out and log back into Blackboard? I don't know if you've tried that. Try doing that.
I figured it out.
Can you share this?
Well, I think you have to use Google Chrome, not like if someone's on a Mac, you can't use Safari. I think that's the issue.
What's a different browser?
Yeah. Once I switched over, like once I Googled like Blackboard and went in, it worked perfectly fine.
Okay. So maybe others could try Google Chrome. I'm on Chrome. It's not working for Garen. Jesse's still not on Chrome either. Kyle as well.
If it's work with another browser, then maybe they should clear the cache and the cookies. I guess.
working for me. So I don't know why, because I use an iPad, so it's not laptops I'm using right now. So
Hmm. Okay. And it's the same for Jesse. Okay. I am going to have to troubleshoot and find out from the vendor why it is not working for everyone. Okay, because in a bit of a pain. Only like I know sharing it is not the same as doing this, so I am emailing the vendor. I emailed them last night, but I will try. I'll send them a message again today as soon as we're done. Are all here? What I will do is take the information that I'm getting from each of you. Switching browsers hasn't worked for some, and it's going to PayPal for others. And you log back in and logged out and logged in. It's the same. It's not working. And others have tried many times, but it's not working. Okay, so I will, and I'm just curious that some it's working for and some it's not. So like Ashlyn was interesting because it wasn't working for you, but you got it working.
Well, sorry, I just went back in and now I can see tutorial and ticket pricing, but I still can't get into it.
Oh,
I can see more, I just can't see all.
okay. So what I think I should do is I'll give an overview of the different parts of each module, and then I will end the lesson and try to contact with the person that has set this up for us, and then send out and see why. Try to find out if they've had this issue in the past with other classes. So that's what I will try to do, what I will do, and hopefully that'll get working for everyone shortly. Okay, so I apologize for any technical difficulties, and we'll see how I can get that to work. So when yeah, okay, so for the people that are seeing PayPal, is it when you click on the different, like on ticket pricing, it takes you to PayPal? Yeah, that's your, okay. All right. Okay, so let me move on right from here. I understand there are difficulties here, and I'll do my best to get those sorted out for you as soon as possible, hopefully today. Okay. Let me share screen. And what I'll do is actually I will post this right now. I can post this in Blackboard, what I'm going to be sharing. We'll go under weekly learning. Go, just give me a second and I'll put this in there so you can follow along for those that don't have access to it. So this will be the week ticket pricing overview. Just attach a file. Okay, so I just put in the weekly learning. I have posted the ticket pricing overview that I will be going through, so you'll have access to that. Okay. I did want to go through this. So the overview of ticket pricing, what you get, the one that I uploaded into Blackboard will have all the highlights on it. And so professional teams and universities strive to sell 75 to 80% of the seat capacity, okay, through seasons tickets. The remaining tickets sold through the other types of ticket sales. The role of ticket pricing. There's the price, the profit, there's dynamic and variable pricing, and set prices of their season. So teams set prices of their season's tickets, group ticket packages, and single game tickets for every game of the season, regardless of the demand. Supply and demand is prices affected by the principle of supply and demand. Supply and demand describe the amount of seats available for sale and the willingness of customers to buy a ticket. So the games that have more demand, they can raise ticket prices and sell more. Highly coveted or in low supply. So that would be and create a higher customer demand for and higher prices. So if it's a game or a team that's doing really well, typically the supply is lower. Then they talk about price elasticity, and there's a bit of a formula that you can use here. The percent in change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. So there's a few formulas as we go through this. There's not a lot of math. You will need to use the formula for some of the questions in the quiz. So we have 3 different situations for price elasticity. So if it's greater than 1, equal to 1, or less than 1, okay? And if price elasticity is greater than 1, then lowering the price will increase revenue. And there are questions on the quiz about these situations. If price elasticity is less than 1, then increasing the price will increase revenue. Okay, so those 2 things will be on the quiz. Oops. A goal for pricing revenue maximization. Team's main goal is to maximize profit. There are 2 pricing methodologies: profit maximizing and revenue maximizing. Okay, so those are 2 different. And as you go through this, we'll see that at the end of this, there are key terms that are summarized. Okay. And this is a graph here that shows the profit, then the revenue. Okay. Just revenue versus profit and ticket pricing. And when the price of a seat is very low, $20, a lot of tickets will be sold and revenues will be modest. However, profit, however, is quite low because the price is near the cost. When the price of a seat is $50, the higher price outweighs declines in demand and revenue is maximized. Then at $60, demand and revenue have fallen slightly, but increased margin makes the profit buying at revenue and margin are 0. But you'll understand this as you start working through the modules. It makes more sense. And pricing strategies, there's 3 different pricing strategies: value-based pricing, competition-based pricing, and cost-based pricing. And there's the 3 definitions of those. And I almost find it easier to go to these, here. Value-based pricing is pricing based on consumer demand and the value they associate with particular seats. So the value of it. Cost-based pricing up here, pricing based on cost to the seller, not usually used in ticket pricing. Okay, so not usually used. Competition-based pricing, pricing based on a competitor's pricing in similar situated markets. So you might say that if there's 2, let's say New York, it's a big market where they have more than 1 pro sport in one sort of more than 1 pro team in a sport. So it could be the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders. So they could do competition-based pricing in that case. And there's the other one is loss leader. You might hear some people call a lost leader, but the real actual term is a loss leader. The loss leader is a type of sale promotion that encourage customers to come to the stadium and experience the event for a low ticket cost. So sometimes you hear about a loss leader when you go buy something, like a store is selling 40-inch TVs for $100 or something like that. So that might be a loss leader. Or it's a grocery store that's selling like eggs for 99 cents a dozen or something like that. They're actually selling things to, the theory is there's threefold. So first, a customer will hopefully be more enticed to spend on concessions and team merchandise, so increasing the team revenue through alternative means. So they're spending less money on a ticket price, but then they have extra money to spend on other things. A second, once the customer has experienced a live game, they will hopefully be more inclined to go to another game by purchasing tickets that are priced to make a profit. So they might enjoy the game at a lower price and say, oh, this is not bad. I'm going to spend more money and get a better seat. And third, it creates an added incentive to experience a live event in person to combat the increased television viewership market pre-COVID, right? Now there's everything is basically television viewership market, unless you're in a stadium that does some social distancing. Additionally, if lost leader is overabused, the team could incur a substantial loss of revenue because of the substitution effect. The substitution effect is that it's kind of like they're cannibalizing themselves. So they might be in a more expensive seat and they see that there's seats that are cheaper. So the next week they actually go down and buy a cheaper seat because they think they can save money. So that is another something that could happen, another substitution effect. And if you just look at the last page, you have your key terms that will be included or asked on the quiz. Now, I know some of you are going to have access to this right now and some of you won't. But when you go back to here, unfortunately, I won't be able to. If you are able to take the quiz, you can go through the quiz, and I'll just show you what that looks like. Oh, maybe see if I can take it again. I would have to go in. Actually, the quiz is available. I can't take it. I was using it last night, so I have to reset my variables on that to make sure I can get it. So then before the learning phase, it'll give you a briefing on ticket case briefing for ticket prices. So it tells you the situation where the Stallions football team is doing well on the field in the playoffs, but the playoffs may be within reach, but the Stallions need help managing their ticket prices so the profits can match their success on the field. So in the learning phase, you will work as a pricing manager for the Stallions, and you will learn to determine the best price for tickets to both drive profits and also drive attendance via optimal pricing. That's what we're going to do. And understand yield management pricing by adjusting the price for different sections of the stadium. For example, pricing the best seats higher and charging less for other seats. Okay, and then the challenge phase is very similar to that, but I can just show you. If I can take you into this. So once you're in the learning phase, you'll see that it's step 1 of 8. And in the case simulation, you'll explore how ticket prices affect demand and profitability. Economic theory tells us how lower prices mean higher demand, higher prices mean lower demand. So to test that theory, you will take on the role of pricing manager for the Stallions. Excellent. Next. Click actions. We see up here we have actions and ticket prices. Ticket prices, okay. And select the first game on September 10th right here in the drop-down list and set all your prices to $10. So over here, Okay. This is a low price for a football game. Click set ticket prices. So down here, your ticket prices for the selected event or events have been set to monitor sales by section. Click reports, event reports, and then click detail button for event. Okay. Click OK to close the confirmation message and click close to close the ticket price window. Okay. So we're going to hit close down here. Click the start button, which is up here. You'll see 6 days and nights pass, and then your first game will start. The simulation will automatically stop at the end of the game. As the simulation runs, observe the crowd in the stands over here. When the event report pops up, look at the data under ticket sales. Then they're going to ask us a question. So we're going to hit start. You can see up here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the game's on Sunday. The fans are filling up. Looks like a pretty well a sellout. The game is taking place. And the event report popped up. And what is it asking for? It says, what happened? All sections were sold out. No tickets were sold. Only the very best seats were sold. So looking at our sold out, percentage sold out, 100%, 100%, 100%, all the way down. So we know that the game was sold out. We also see our profit was $46,000. We can close that and we can answer this question. What happened? All tickets were sold out. So that was pretty simple. So great. Low prices led to high demand. Close the event report, which we did, and click actions. Ticket prices again. Select the game on September 17th, right there. We select it. Set all ticket prices to $80. We set ticket prices. Hit OK. And we close this window. Okay. Hit the start button again. As the simulation runs, observe the crowd in the stands again. When the event report pops up, look at the data under ticket sales. Okay, we'll hit start. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Here comes Sunday. And we can see here that we have a lot less people in the stands. Okay, here we can see that we sold 0, 0, 0 for the 3 sections, and then we only had 23% of our tickets sold, and we lost money. Oh, that's sort of the concession profit. I'm sorry. The total, see your revenue here, your total concession profit. We actually lost money on the concession. Okay, So what happened? All sections were sold out? No. No tickets were sold? No. Only the very best tickets, lower and toward the middle, were sold. Correct. Now, probably because they're used to paying $80 for the better seats. That's why you saw the middle and lower section sold at $80. You hit next. Number 4, okay, you saw the demand drop sharply. Only the best seats were sold out. Let's check your profits for both games. Close the event report. We did. And click reports, financials. Look at the columns marked game September 10th and September 17th. Scroll to the bottom. So we see 10th and 17th, and we'll scroll down to the bottom. Profit. We can see that our total revenue was, for the first game, $649. Our second game was $479 because we know we sold a lot less tickets at a higher price. Concessions, gross margin, expenses were very similar because we had the same amount of expenses for both games. And our total expenses, $914,000. We can see on our first game, September 10th, we lost $314,000. Our second game, we lost $484,000. So even though we sold out on our first game, we still lost money because we're selling the tickets at such a low price. Then we jacked up our prices to $80, and we see that We lost more money because we sold less tickets and we brought in less revenue. Okay, so it's probably going to ask us to do another game now. So was your profit margin for these games positive or negative? Saw that they both had negative signs in front of them, so they're both negative. That's right, you lost money. First game, you had high demand, low price, led to low revenue. The second game, you had low demand and high price, which also led to low revenue. Let's try to fix that. Let's try to lower the price on the sections just enough to generate demand for that type of seat. This is called yield management pricing and is key to maximizing revenue at sport and entertainment events. In this case, you'll try reducing the prices about 20% for one section to spur demand. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go actions, ticket prices. We're going to select the game, 24th, and ticket prices are lower level. So we have our different levels over here. Lower level side to 65, so lower level side to 65. Oops. And set all other prices to 80. It's asking us to do 80 for all these. Oops. Click OK. The prices. Okay. Close. And we're going to go start. Again, we could slow this down if we want when we get closer to the Sunday game. If we want to watch the game a bit longer, but we can see that the fans are filling up on the sides because we lowered our ticket prices on their side. Keep that up a bit, and we can see that. Okay, what happened here? You can see that. Okay, we can close this. We still lost there. So what happened? All ticket sections were sold out? No tickets were sold. The very best seats were sold, and you sold out the lower level seats too. It's like correct. Next. Nice job. Let's check that improved profits. Click reports and financials. And now if we go down to the bottom, which it already shows us, is that what happened to our losses? Well, we reduced our losses a little bit, so they got smaller, right? We sold a bit more tickets. We lowered those prices for the sides, lower sides. Next, we can close that. Congratulations, you have completed the learning phase and now can move on to the challenge phase. Okay, well, the challenge phase is very similar to that. And I wanted to walk you through this. I know it's difficult when you aren't able to interact with the software and me just describing it. So I am going to look into that right now. I have all, let's see. Okay, so it seems like about half of you are still having issues getting in. Hopefully I won't flood your mailbox with too many announcements today, but I'll try to figure this out quickly and get out information to everyone as soon as I have it all figured out. I did record this again, so you can go back and watch me do this again, because I know there was a lot of new terms that might have just gone over your head. And you might say, where did he click and what did he click on and what was he looking for and that sort of thing. But it does become easier when you can do it yourself. So I'm guessing that those that were able to interact with the software worked okay for, and you're able to go through that. We will get the kinks worked out, and it will be smoother as we move on. I was hoping it'd all be working today, but let's stay in contact with each other to make sure that I do get this resolved for each of you, okay? So I'm going to stop the recording right now, and I'll stay online to answer any questions that anyone has. And if not, that's going to be the end of the class today, okay? So thanks for attending, and I will make sure I get this resolved for everyone. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
When is the deadline?